I hope you're all doing wonderfully well today. I hope it's been a great couple of weeks for you and you are going into December with lots of joy. It's been a good time for the last few weeks. We've been trying to get our house decorated for the holidays and just settle into the winter and, I don't know, really sink in, I guess. Every winter I'm reminded, every fall I'm reminded of slowing down and purposefully trying not to take on too much and to just reflect on what I've been doing this past year. And in a way that sounds really smart and a way that sounds really pompous, because I can do that, because I have that choice to turn things down and slow things down. So, hi, my name is Maria, and this is Ninja Chickens. The first thing I guess I wanted to talk about was that I went to a book signing with Melanie Falick. She just came out with a new book called Making a Life, which is a bunch of interviews with many makers around the world and how they create, what they do, why they do what they do. And it's really interesting. Even just getting into the introduction, she talks about how she wasn't finding joy in the job that she was doing and that she realized she needed to quit and do something different. And a lot of the discussion, there was another woman there who she had interviewed for her book. And sorry, the chickens, I don't know if you can hear them, but they wanted to say a little something in the background. It's been a while since I've been outside, and it's a cold, overcast day, and so I really wanted to come out and be out here with you. But anyway, she was interviewing a woman named Jessica Green, and they were talking about slow, crafted living versus fast-paced living. Even in the crafting world, how we have to knit the next project, buy the next thing, and how social media can make that worse because we're always feeling like we're trying to keep up with the Joneses in the crafting world, doing as much as everyone else, and that it's very much product-based versus process-based. And if you guys have been with me for a while, you know that I am a product knitter. I like finishing things. I knit fast and I like to see the finished thing, but I'm trying really hard to sit back and just be in the moment of what I'm doing. And so I guess what I mean by me saying that I'm choosing to slow down for the winter can be a little pompous because I have that choice. I don't have to work 3 jobs. I don't have to pay off 3 kids' college loans or whatever. You know, I'm in the position where I can choose to be calmer. And so it got me thinking about how we create in this society that that this whole society, to be a part of it, it is hard not to be a part of that rat race because you're always being pushed to be more, to do more, to have more. And it's easy to get into a position where you owe on 2 cars, you owe on college bills, you owe on credit card bills because you're trying to keep up and you're working 3 jobs, and you can't just simply say, I'm going to slow down and not do this or not do that, or I'm going to choose to be to do less because you have to pay the bills. So then it got me thinking of if whatever position we're in, how do we deal with something like that? And it's all about, I guess, being grateful for what you have and the position that you're in. And that if we're trying to... Oh, now there's cats coming. He has something to say. I guess it's easy to say it's all in the mindset. But there is a lot to be said about being grateful for what you have, grateful for the position that you're in, and trying to live each day working towards something better. So I'm there right now, trying to figure out how to be in the moment, be grateful for what I have, even the stressors that I have, even the hardships that I might have, and learn and grow from those. So that's where I'm at this December. And I hope you guys are doing well with your December as well. The other thing that was brought up in the talk, excuse the plane, hopefully it's not too loud, was the discussion of failure and how that can frame your mindset for going on in the future. And it got me thinking about what is failure. And failure only happens, I guess, when we have set expectations for ourselves, or when we are living to fulfill others' expectations, right? So if you don't make that that promotion, if you don't get into that college, if you don't, meet that deadline, the failure is in what your expectations are of yourself or others have of you. Now, if you don't outrun that hungry lion, then yes, failure is death, and you can't get over it. But if we could let go of some of those expectations that we have of ourselves, especially the ones we have of ourselves, because we are all the hardest on ourselves, of what we expect that we're supposed to do or give or have or become. And if we can let go of some of those expectations, that life seems a whole lot gentler. So those are my thoughts going on in my head right now this December. And I just thought I'd mention them. And if you have thoughts about it, I'd love to hear. So, what else have I been doing? This is Oreo, by the way. He's my whiny kitty. He just has a very whiny meow. It's sweet. I have been doing just a little bit of dyeing. Almost all of my stock right now is at a pop-up shop in downtown Asheville. I decided to put it all there for December and close my shop and let them take care of it, which feels really nice. So my hope is I'll be doing a little bit of dyeing through December, and then in the beginning of January I'll have a really big restocking of my Etsy shop. And one thing I've been working on is, I know that a lot of people had asked when I was doing the indigo dyed tea towels if I would have any in the shop, so I am going to try to have some, and I thought I'd do some in indigo and some with indigo and other dyes. So this is madder root, and then I'm going to fold it up again, maybe with just a slight twist to the fold from the original fold, and then dip it in indigo so that you could have a really cool pink, purple, blue, and white on there. And then I also did that with Fustick, and that one will go into the indigo also. So that's been fun. I'm hoping to get some soft blanks done also, so I can have a good release with that. But as far as knitting, I did finish. I have to look because my husband's in the kitchen and I don't want him to see this. I did finish Toby's vest. This is the Prado vest from Heidi Kirrmaier, and it is done in Prado de Lana yarn. And I showed you guys this one I just started. It's the same one that I knit for Leaf, and I wanted to make one for Toby. I made this one out of the Amistad yarn, which is a marled kind of gray and cream color, and I really love how it turned out. He may want to keep it just like this, but I'm hoping he'll want to naturally dye it because I want to see how the color comes out on this one. And I love this pattern. It's such a sweet pattern. It's quick. It's done in pieces that then build on one another. And so it's a lot of fun to see how it geometrically gets put together. And I might knit one for myself also. But yeah, I've got all the information. I don't think I made any changes to this, but it's all on my Ravelry page. And it's a great pattern. And I knew I needed to talk to you guys about it because I have to wrap it up and put it under the tree. Maxine's come to visit too. I'll see if she wants to come into the picture soon. The two other things I'm working on are scrappy things. One is my Scrappy Blanket, Granny Scrappy Blanket. It's a crochet blanket. It's the only crochet I've ever done, and I've been working on it for a while, 2.5 years, I think. But I only put a row on it every now and then. I just don't think about it. I usually go to more knitting once I've casted something off. But Natalie of Remembrance's Pottery and Mars of Hey Brown Berry and I are doing another swap this year for minis, and so we decided we would work specifically towards patterns. So I told them the 2 patterns that I wanted to do, and they sent me 24 little skeins, little mini balls of yarn specifically for those patterns. So each day I can open a little special treat and add that to the pattern. So here is what I have for the Scrappy Blanket so far. And I have a marker somewhere to show where I was the last time I showed you. Yeah, okay, so here's the marker. This is what I've done since we last talked. So I've put on a number, but again, I don't think I showed it to you for like a year and a half or 2 years. But this last one, this last row, is a hand-spun yarn from Natalie, and I love it. I love the different colors. I think it's going to totally change the look of the pattern as I'm adding in hand-spun and other people's yarns, because my yarns are all, I don't know, fairly muted. There's not a lot of bright pops of color. So it's fun to see some of the other colors in there. And this blue one is from Mars. So that is what I've been working on. And the other thing is Natalie of Remembrance's Pottery came out with an Advent sock. And you guys know, I've talked about her before. She has just an amazing brain for colorwork socks. Beautiful pictures. It's not just one repeated pattern. She'll have Christmas trees or a house with smoke coming out of the chimney. Like the patterns are absolutely beautiful. So she came out with Advent socks where each day you add another stripe of a pattern, and there's 12 stripes for each sock, so you have 24 days before Christmas. But I'm just, I started on December 1st, and I'll just do it until the socks are done, and each day add a stripe. And where are they? Here they are. I have done 6 days so far, and here they are. Aren't they cute? So I started by just casting on in whatever, yarn I wanted, and then you have the patterns. She gives you the patterns in the color that she did, but also a black and white page where you can color in to figure out if that's the colors that you want, so you can choose your colors beforehand. I'm just kind of knitting it as I go, and every time I come to the next pattern, I will take a look at what I've got in my yarn stash and add some scraps. So it's a nice way to use up some of the scraps that I've got. So yeah, that's those. And then let me show you the actual socks. So you have those. Super, super cute. So if you want to see some of these, there's a bunch of them already up on Ravelry, and people are, I think they're being tagged as hashtag Advent socks on Instagram. And it's really cute to see all the different designs. Some people are doing them in all shades of blue or black, white, and gray. And then some people are doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're really fun socks. So if you're looking for a fun sock to do, it's not too late to cast them on. Each stripe goes really quickly. And I think that's it as far as my knitting. There's not a huge bit to talk to you about today, but I really wanted to drop in and say hello because it's been a while. I did just put up a soap making tutorial for you guys up on YouTube. It's 11 or 12 minutes. Just how to do it from start to finish, the ingredients you need for a simple recipe. It's a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do try making soap, I would love to see your results and hear how it went for you. I have a number of classes coming up in 2020 all around the States, and so I've put most of them up on my website. And there's a few that we're waiting on specific date details, but I'll add those. And then I'm going to have a bunch on my homestead. We're trying to figure out our summer plans as far as travel, and then I'll put all of the classes for the homestead up there. I know there's going to be one in April, and I know there's going to be a number in the late summer and fall. Ecoprinting, indigo dyeing, all kinds of stuff. So take a look at the website. I'm going to put all my show notes down below in the down bar, because I feel like it's a lot easier to just scroll down to the down bar than have to click over to my website every time for show notes. So that's where I'm going to start putting them. The last thing I wanted to tell you about is just in that this is the season of giving, I wanted to mention a couple things that have been brought to my attention and thought you guys might want to know about it. The first thing is something that was mentioned to me by a friend who lives out in California, and that is a group of indigenous people who are trying to get rights as a tribe in the States. So the Southern Sierra Miwuk Nation, they are in Mariposa and Yosemite, or they were from the Mariposa and Yosemite areas of California. They're mostly living around Mariposa now. And they are indigenous peoples who do not yet have recognition as a tribe of the United States. And they've been trying to get that recognition, federal recognition from the government for almost 40 years now. That recognition, well, I'll read it to you. The Southern Sierra Miwuk Nation is seeking federal recognition in hopes of becoming a recognized tribe. This designation will allow the tribe to acquire tribal sovereignty rights. Federal recognition also allows access to further health benefits, scholarships for higher education, funding opportunities to support the well-being and the cultural continuance. So this is something that they are simply asking for support. And it doesn't have to be monetary support. It could be a letter of support that they get recognition as indigenous people, a national tribe, naturally recognized tribe, so that they can have better health care, better schooling, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to put a link to their website below so you can just read into it and see if that's something you can send a letter for. The letters aren't due until mid-February, so you have time. It's not something you have to do right now. But they've got all the information on the website, and I think it's a good cause. It would benefit that community very much. The other thing I wanted to mention is, so I know a lot of you who are spinners will participate in, or at least know about, Spinzilla, which happens usually every September, beginning of October. And it didn't happen this past year. And I was looking it up to see if it's something I wanted to do this past year and saw that it wasn't going to happen. And they had a link to something else that was going to happen. So I think the founders of Spinzilla are trying to figure out, it grew fast and grew big. So I think they're trying to figure out now exactly how they want to proceed. I'm not sure if it's going to happen in 2020. But something that is happening that is a spinning community involvement is called Spin Her Free. And this is something that was actually started by one woman, and I'm not remembering her name right now, but I'll have it down below, in collaboration with Spinolution, which is a spinning wheel company. And they are saying any time in the month of January, spin anything and participate in this, and you can win a spinning wheel. But so how that works is basically you go to the site, I think it's $25 to participate, like it was for Spinzilla, and you spin something and you can win a spinning wheel. But all the money that's earned goes to a company, or a nonprofit that is working with people in a community in Cambodia that is hard hit with human trafficking. So they are working through churches, through community centers, through schools, rehab, and in every way they can to try to help this community live well. And I can't remember what the statistics were, but it was astounding when I saw what people in this community have been through. And so, again, it's just another really great giving cause. And if that's something you're looking for, I would check it out. You don't have to be a spinner. You can contribute $25 and not spin at all. You might win a spinning wheel, although I think you can say, no, I don't want to win it on the website. But yeah, so it's a good cause. You have fun. I don't think there is, as of yet, a group page where everyone can communicate, but I'm happy to start something on my Ravelry, in my Ravelry group. If there's a number of people who want to participate, let me know down below and in the comments, and I can start something on Ravelry so we can all talk about what we've spun, how much we've done each day, and show off our stuff. That would be a lot of fun. So I think that's it. I think that's all I've got for you today. The crows are out saying hello. Sometimes they come down and eat the chicken food. which is fine because they keep the hawks away. Because crows are a natural enemy of hawks, and so they keep them away, and then I don't have to worry about hawks for my cats or the chickens. Did you hear that? What a cool noise. He's just sitting right over there in the tree, and then there's another one right up above. Did you know that a group of crows is called a murder? A murder of crows is a group of crows. Anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic next couple of weeks. I'm not sure if I will be podcasting before or after the solstice, but either way, have beautiful holidays, whatever holidays you celebrate. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye. That's your first egg in a while, Dandelion. Are you making a nest? There's no rooster. You're not going to be able to hatch that baby. Aw, you're so sweet. Hey, Dandelion. See you later.